Hello everyone, thanks very much for coming to our first bridle fit session that we've run. I took lots of photographs and I've got some videos that I took of the discussions around the individual bridles. I've uploaded those and you can access them. Please do have a look, let us know any feedback about any of the session, and please do share with all of your friends, tell them what you've learnt, and hopefully we'll see you again this year. Bye bye.
Pieces of equipment, and especially the polo one, but then you've got a lot of other leather that's on there.
That's what we sort of said. It's nice to see, like, with Western bridles, they can be more complicated, can't they? But because the all the headpiece and all the leather is so light already, you can add things without being heavy. Whereas with the polo bridle, you've got to have lots of kit on it. But because it's like robust leather, it's just adding more and more weight.
Yes.
So I thought that was quite interesting. It'd be good to try out.
Yeah. I think the only thing I'd say about the Western ones is I tend to find that where they buckle things together, these parts can be very chunky and very solid. So the rest of it is very, very flat and smooth and light, but then you've got these big pressure points here where the buckles are. And especially on this one, where the discs are here that connect the brow band to the headpiece, you've got that metal line there. So depending on if that was tight, you could imagine that could be quite uncomfortable. But again, it depends how it's fitted to that horse. And if it's not tight, is it actually going to be a problem or not? Okay, what's this one? Ooh, that's an interesting piece of metal that's a bit uncomfortable. So with this one, again, it's a nice jazzy thing to have, but there's a whole hard bit of metal on there that's on the inside. So again, if that was tight, that's then going to be pushing in.
And it's only on one side again as well.
Yeah, and only on one side. So as nice as it is, I'd be tempted to remove that. Sometimes, just seeing that this one's got keepers on the underside of the noseband here. This one's really, really soft and movable and squashy, which is fine. Again, the cheaper leather, the cheaper bridles will have these. You see these a lot on the grapples underneath the loops, the metal rings that hold it all together. Sometimes they can be quite hard and the edges can be quite, it's almost like you've got that plasticky leather where it's all cut off and it's
more coated.
Whereas this is really, really soft and smooth and comfortable. Whereas if that was harder, then it almost creates a pressure point in itself because the edges are so hard and the leather itself. You can almost sometimes see the change where they've just stuck on a bit of cheaper leather at the end just to give you They look like they tried, yeah. So that one's a nice example of when it's working and when it's appropriate. And sometimes if it's hard, then you can see how much that one's bent. So if that was hard, that's going to be constantly bent and sticking into the horse's face as much as you trying to not let it. But because this is soft, this is just going to sit with. And I think that this back strap might be quite new, which is why it needs to be. It needs to have time to. Oh, it's never been used. If that was used, and you'd almost squash that down so it would sit better. Where you've got the noseband coming in. So the noseband is coming tucked in from the headpiece. So what you tend to find is you then get a bulb of pressure where it tucks itself in. It really isn't that great at all in this bridle. When you feel it, everything is very flat and very squashy. So it's not really going to be a problem at all. But on some of the others, I don't know if we've got one here. Yeah, so that one, again, the leather's very, very soft and squashy, but sometimes when they're new or if they're trying to put more padding somewhere, then that will create more of a pressure point than if they've, again, it depends on the quality of the leather and how much you've paid for it. What I will say with this one is because it's rolled leather, then that's going to you're going to find there's more pressure, there's a smaller surface area than if that was a nice flat piece of leather. So if this was tight, then that's going to feel potentially more uncomfortable for the horse than a flat soft piece of leather. This one. You could argue that because the throat latch is attached separately at the back, again, there's another pressure point created by the brow band and the loop here that connects the two together. But other than that, there's nothing, Nice.
Yes, we looked at on the brown one because that's similar, isn't it? Where
Very similar, yeah.
Where it separates it, so that was quite good because on that one it looks more like it would then help pull it back so it doesn't go too far forward next to the eye.
Yes, yeah. Anything else on the other bridles? Anything in particular that you guys found?